Teen needs car. Do you have a car that still runs perfectly but not enough garage space? I'm looking for a car that still runs and works, but I cannot afford anything right now. I would love to take that car off your hands. Feel free to message me with an image of the car. I try to reply within 1 business day. Thank you. Sure, let me check if I have a spare car that costs thousands of dollars. Hey everyone, Xenon here and welcome back to some more Choosing Beggars. Let's get started. So, OP is selling a women's Columbia jacket for $15. Choosing Beggars says any stains or marks on it? OP replies it still looks new, barely worn, no marks. Well, can you deliver? I just flew in town and my girl needs a coat. Will you take 10? It says you're 1 mile from me. Are you serious? You're trying to lowball me and ask me to bring it to you? I didn't mean to send that. If you brung it to me, my apologies. I'm not like that. I have $15 right now if you would bring it to me. I want it. I'm not comfortable with that, sorry. Yeah, nowhere does it say that $15 includes free delivery. This ain't Amazon Prime. This next one for my local Buy Nothing group. In search of a person to paint a small bedroom and rip out the carpet and lay down a new floor, please. Apparently Buy Nothing also means try to get people to do stuff for free. Didn't know that. And now I finally got me a choosing beggar. It's always fun selling a vehicle on Facebook Marketplace. No, I'm not gifting my vehicle. Hi, is this available? Yes, are you interested? And the choosing beggar pulls out the classic sob story. My family and I are going through very rough times and all we ask for is a little support. We have 4 kids, 1 diagnosed with autism and 1 was shook by my ex-abusive husband who had also potentially abused my other kids. My youngest son's father is in our life and he loves and cares for my kids as if they're his own. It's tremendously difficult for him to get employed. He does odd jobs for us to get by, but that doesn't help with this economy. Is there any way you could possibly help? We need a vehicle so we can travel to attend appointments that are distant. If my fiance gets employed, we have reliable transportation. It's very important for us to get a vehicle, but with the side work we do, it's nearly impossible. We're trying, and it's extremely hard opening up like this, because this is basically our entire life, but we're struggling so bad. And even includes the little pleading face emoji. I'm sorry for your troubles, but what are you asking me? If you can bless the vehicle to me, or if you can't do that, can you help in some other way? With a sobbing emoji and another prayer emoji. Again, I'm sorry for the difficulties you and your family are experiencing, but I cannot gift you a vehicle, and I'm not sure how I could help you in other ways. Blessings. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if this person is selling their vehicle, it's probably because they also need the money for their own things. You don't know what other people are going through. This next one must be free, but also must be stylish. Gotta beg in style, you know. Almost there, just missing a few tiny but mighty essentials before baby's grand arrival. Still on the lookout for a newborn stroller / carry cot. I've got one for later, just need the cozy horizontal one for the early days. A stylish but practical diaper bag, a soft nightlight, and in the hygiene and bath department, still gathering, fragrance-free baby wipes, hooded towels, gentle baby shampoo and wash, soft sponge, baby nail scissors or file, saline solution for tiny noses and eyes, nasal aspirator, diaper rash cream, and tech-wise a baby monitor and a digital thermometer. Gotta love the people who just put up a whole list and pray. God, I hope someone just blesses me with this entire list, please. I'm sure you might be able to get some of this stuff, but I think it's better if you don't overwhelm the givers with an entire list. And now, do you need gas or just gas money? Ah, that sweet, sweet cash. Today on my way home, there was a man standing by his car on the side of the road with his thumb out, so I pulled over, opened my window to ask how I could help. He introduced himself, shook my hand, and explained in broken German that he was on his way to see his father and had run out of gas. He asked if I had any money for fuel, saying he would pay me back tomorrow, which, considering this is a complete stranger, the chances of you getting paid back are extremely unlikely. I offered to drive him to the next gas station and buy him a fuel canister. He showed me a credit card saying it wouldn't work. He mentioned that he still had 2 or 3 liters in the tank. Then he took off his wristwatch and tried to give it to me as collateral, not even waiting for my response and placing the watch on my passenger seat. Okay, now this is just sounding like a scam tactic. I'm no expert, but the watch only looked valuable at first glance. He kept glancing at my wallet in the center console. At that point, it became clear that he was just after money. I offered to meet him at the next gas station and I said I would pay for his fuel there. He asked how much fuel I would give him and suggested I could just give him the money in cash. I asked him whether he wanted gas or gas money, but I didn't wait for the answer. I told him to take his watch back or I'd drive off with it. Yeah, it sounds like that watch wasn't actually valuable, probably a fake. This one sounds more like a scammer than a choosing beggar, but I guess the scam does involve begging, so. This next one prefers Mountain Dew, which we've established before is the choosing beggar drink of choice, taking it from the neckbeards. In yet another Buy Nothing group, I have no money. I'm posting this again. I'm not getting any help. In search of, I'm in needs of drinks, any Mountain Dew, etc., and ice. Thank you, please drop off, message me the address, thank you. People have commented on your posts. Maybe not what you wanted to hear, but people have offered suggestions. I don't have any of the items that you're asking for, but I'm hoping for the best for you. Choosing Beggar replies, I prefer Mountain Dew, thank guys. This is a great example of the quote, beggars can't be choosers. And that is exactly why you're here. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, then why not like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell? And the comments continue. I have a case of water? I prefer Mountain Dew, thanks guys, thanks. I mean, you said you were in search of drinks. You don't drink water? I mean, you need water. Unlike soda, as this next person says, hun, no one's gonna bring anyone soda. It's not a need, it's a want. Only way you're getting any soda is if someone gets some they don't like, and the odds of it being Mountain Dew are pretty low. You're welcome to keep trying, but you've posted this like 4 times and gotten no response. Take the hint, hun. Sorry if this sounds mean, not trying to. And this choosing beggar once again says, I prefer Mountain Dew, thank guys. Sure, I tried. Someone else's turn. Are they just copy and pasting the same message over and over again? I prefer Mountain Dew, thank guys. This next one's no big deal, just give me an entire farm. So here's a complete long shot. Does anyone need someone to inherit a farm? I have been studying for a year, have a ton more to learn, and my husband and I spent large parts of our childhoods on family farms. We just want to work a farm and keep it a farm and keep it in the family. So does pretty much every other farmer who owns a farm. We want the chance, but it seems so far away. We don't want to continue to contribute to housing developments. If anyone knows anybody, let me know. And look at the comment. Oh, I'll also take a free farm. Me too. FarmersOnly.com. That is a good one. Oh, I will take a free farm. I wouldn't mind inheriting a farm as well. If you find someone, let me know. I'm looking too. You can give it to this person, or I'll buy it for a couple $100. Choose wisely. Choosing Beggar replies, I'll guarantee a lifetime supply of banana bread. So you were asking someone to just leave you their farm? Just clarifying. I have no idea what I'm asking. I just want to live on a farm. I want to work a farm. Well, I would look at the comments. There appears to now be a line of people. See what you started, winking face? And I could go on and on all day about the comments, but we need to look at some other posts. And now plan my wedding for free because you're not that busy. I never thought I'd have a story to post here, but here we are. I, 26-year-old female, do event planning professionally. Not a huge company or anything, just me working freelance and building my client base. I've done corporate stuff, birthdays, and yes, even weddings. It's a lot of work, but I love it. Enter my former classmate. We were friendly in uni, but haven't really stayed in touch. Out of the blue, she messaged me on Instagram asking if I could help with her wedding. I said sure and asked her what kind of help she was looking for. She sends me a Pinterest board with 80 plus pins, talks about a guest list of 150 plus, and said she needs someone to coordinate everything from start to finish, which would basically be your job. So there would need to be a payment for that. Cool, I'm excited because that's a full wedding package, so I sent her my rates. Cue the audacity of this individual! She replies with, wait, you're charging? I thought you'd be cool enough to help a friend out. You're always posting about having light weeks anyway. Yeah, but they usually don't want to fill up those weeks with unpaid labor. People have bills to pay. Then the one that almost made me sad. It's not like you're a real company or anything. Come on, girl. Just help me out and I'll give you a shout out on IG. Ah, yes, that sweet, sweet exposure. Right after you tell them their business isn't real. I'm sure that'll convince them. A shout out for 6+ months of planning and literal hundreds of hours of work. When I told her I only work for pay, she got angry and said I clearly don't value friendship and blocked me. Sounds like she's the one who doesn't value friendship. Anyway, thanks for the reminder that my time and skills are apparently only worth a tag and a thank you post. And not even being nice about it either. And now gave away a free couch they wanted me to deliver and throw in a TV too. Wow, what kind of deal is this? I posted an old but decent couch for free on Facebook Marketplace. Within minutes, I got a message. Can you drop it off to my house 30 minutes away? Also, do you have a TV you don't use? My kids need one. I was shocked at the audacity and said no delivery and I don't have a spare TV. Her response totally threw me off. She called me selfish, saying I was giving away a couch but can't help a struggling mom. Yet she doesn't look at herself, who's begging for extras on top of an already free couch. Lady, it's already free. I couldn't believe the level of entitlement. And Child-Free Atheist says it's an old tip, but people say you'll save yourself some headache if you list it for a reasonable price and just decline payment when you sell it. It scares off some of the more entitled folks. Yeah, when you offer something for free, all the choosing beggars come your way. They think, oh, you're giving something for free? It must mean you're willing to give away everything for free. With a good enough sob story, of course. This next one is in search of, does anyone have a Ninja Creamy or Ninja Swirl ice cream maker to gift that they no longer want? My husband asked for one for his birthday gift to make ice cream on Sundays with our kids. We call it Sunday Sundays, smiley face, thanks you. Yes, thanks you. By the way, it cost $350 and came out 2 months ago, so I'm sure you'll definitely find people who want to get rid of theirs. And now must be nice people out there can buy any version of WWE 2K25, while people like me can't afford it, has to wait. Can't count on anyone to help me get the Bloodline edition. Can someone please help me? No one's being nice to me. So sad. I hope this is just some kid begging for a video game and not a grown adult. And now you get to paint on my canvas for free. Use your paint, paint the theme and style I want, and then give it back to me. But lucky for you, there's no time limit. Oh wow, not even exposure bucks? I am looking for an artist to have some fun painting this 26 1/8 inch by 36 3/4 inch wavy MDF. Those are quite specific measurements. The material will require more than one coat to fully seal and hide away the material's grain. You have no time limit. Great, then I'll just say it takes a lifetime to complete. Please take advantage and be creative. Unfortunately, you will not be able to keep the piece unless further discussed. My requests are to make the canvas an ocean with the wavy pattern the piece is already, or space-themed, nebulas, dust clouds, supernova aftermath, etc. No direct planets or objects in either ideas, only use of blending and shading. I do ask to limit the brightness of the overall art piece, use warm colors to help pop out the high points, and dark to really sink in the low points. I can furthermore explain what I mean if needed with examples. I like how they supposedly leave it open to discussion, but we all know they're not gonna give you the painting, nor will they even pay you. Just think of it as an opportunity. And now, anybody have a free rabbit in a specific pattern with accessories? Does anyone know where I can get a bunny that is white or white with spots? And I'd like it if the bunny came with a cage and the bunny is free or if it's a reasonable price. My granddaughter wants one. PM me details. Question: how are you going to afford to take care of the bunny? Guess they wouldn't be comfortable with those kinds of details. And now an Instagram influencer with over 200,000 followers posts this. Looking for an art, not paid, director. Love how it's in parentheses and smaller than the rest of the text. This is solely if you would love to collaborate and help me get a super cool video to life. 1 year experience minimum. But think of all the exposure bucks you could get while I keep all of the revenue. And now pay $300 to deconstruct, transport, and repair this wooden structure, plus bonus parasites for your kids. Oh boy! Selling a Cedar Works Playhouse, retail $5,000, 6x6, 7+ feet high inside. But it's really the details that get you. 6x6 need to have this lovely playhouse disassembled by buyer about mid-May. We used it for 1.5 years as a chicken coop. It will be better returned back to a playhouse. It's all enforced on a platform. We painted everything before reassembling. After we purchased it as a used Cedar Works Playhouse, we used excellent exterior paint, so it will be easy just to spray it off to bring it back to its glory. Will not make a good chicken coop again because our chickens had mites, so I would not put chickens in here again, yet the mites are fine for children, right? But once sprayed off and pest treat the wood, which should be pretty simple, will make the most lovely kids playhouse / treehouse when you raise it off the ground again. It could go on the ground directly if you have a cement slab. It's just done so nicely. We spent a month building it and modifying it and making a custom door for it. It should come apart fairly easily, but there may be a few strip screws that need to be cut off. Our chickens are going into a smaller coop in a different location. We spent about $1,100 on exterior paint, wood and hardware, plus our time. This is a steal for a kid's dream playhouse. Cedar Works retails about $5,000 for this particular playhouse. Cement blocks not included, small solar door not included, the small square on the left. Custom arch door and hardware is included, and the buyer disables at pickup. Disables? Did you mean disassembles? This is one of those moments where you did not need to go into that much detail. I wouldn't put this thing near chickens, kids, or any other kinds of creatures. Keep this far, far away. And now, is anybody available to move a snowbank for free? This person is feeling disappointed. Holy block of text. Okay, don't take this the wrong way. I do appreciate people plowing me out, seeing as I can't do it myself and can't afford to pay you, but please do not plow it on top of the bank in front of the bank, and that's in front of the shop in the middle of my driveway. Push it to the side like I showing on the arrow back up in the driveway, please, and push it that way and down onto the lawn. Not in front of my shop. I got to have room for a U-Haul truck to get in there. I gotta have room for emergency vehicles to back up in here, oil delivery trucks, and with the banking right there, that's basically in the middle of my driveway. My little parking area is right directly in front of the trailer and in front of the truck. That's Part's truck that's sitting in the beside the trailer. In the what? I do appreciate getting plowed out and everything, but I cannot have the bank input there. Please and thank you. If you're somebody can move it for me, would be greatly appreciated. I tried to keep the snow away from the front of the shop, even to the front of the outhouse that's sitting in front of the shop. Nothing comes out past that or house because that's all parking area, especially in the spring because that's where it's harder ground, but I do thank you for plowing me out. But I've told the guy right from the first guy that came in not to put it there. Push it down over beside the shop, not in front. I'm sorry if I'm sounding disrespectful, but I'm trying not to. But again, thank you for the hour and opening me up. Anyway, I need this upper part cleaned out more so I can bring a big U-Haul truck in here to move my extra stuff, and I need to be able to get an oil truck up here for heat and delivery trucks, need to be able to come up on the top landing. That is a lot of thanking. So basically, man gets free plowing, but it's not good enough. Posts about it on Facebook and turns off comments so no one can give him crap about being a choosing beggar. Yet here you are on r/choosingbeggars, and guess what? The comments are on. I understand that having certain areas blocked can be a problem, but apparently this person is asking for free snow plowing every time it snows. Some kind soul has ended up giving his driveway a few swipes to open it up each time, so he has emergency access at least. He has a long driveway, and plowing usually costs $50 to $75 per storm in this area, but it's nice to have it for free each time. Even when you own a business, I guess it's not doing too well. And now here's a guy who started his own church and even named it after himself. Something tells me the Lord wouldn't like that. As we have grown through the years in ministry, we have always let our friends know what our needs are for ministry. From media equipment, tents, trailers, sound equipment, and today is no different. Friends and partners, we invite you to stand in faith with us as we believe for a Lexus sedan to help Choosing Beggar Ministries travel to speaking engagements across America, spreading the gospel and ministering to those in need. But did the Lord ever say, "Thou shalt drive a Lexus to spread the word of thy Lord"? I don't think so. We know that God is our provider, and He supplies every need according to His riches and glory, Philippians 4:19. Together as we sow, speak, and believe, we expect supernatural provision, divine connections, and favor to bring this vehicle into our hands, fully paid for and perfectly suited for the work of the ministry. No greater use for a vehicle than to bring the gospel. Thank you for believing with us, praying and standing in agreement as we call it in by faith. Oh Lord Jesus, can I get a Lexus? Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who don't see through the fact that they named the ministry after themselves, the fact that they're asking for a completely unnecessary luxury vehicle. This next one is building a gaming room, but clearly doesn't have any of the gaming equipment. Hello, I'm currently building a gaming room and need a monitor or PS5 or PS4 or TV or laptop. If anyone has one, can they please give it to me? Pick up only. Hello, I want this if you have. The best is Free Stuff Berlin, thank you so much, with a bunch of PS4 games, and the console itself and a controller. Ah yes, it would be nice to build a gaming room when everyone else gives you all of the expensive stuff. And now what is wrong with people? That is the question of the night. Posted for free on Facebook Marketplace and for free town pages, a free perfect condition full-size bed frame and headboard. The messages I've gotten have been just gross, honestly. Asking me to deliver an hour away, asking for me to put it together for them, wanting only certain parts of the bed. One person called me rude for not holding it for 2 months until her boyfriend comes back home. This is truly the only and last time I'll give something away for free. Was trying to avoid dumping it, but it might be worth it, honestly. Well, as mentioned earlier in the video, you could just set it at a low price and then just refuse payment, give it away. That should significantly reduce the number of choosing beggars coming your way. And now, let me just furnish your basement for free. Hey, just wondering if anyone in the area has any decent quality LED light strips that they would be willing to give away? Now, if you would have stopped it there, you wouldn't be on r/ChoosingBeggars. But then, you proceed with the massive list. Also in search of beanbag chairs, large area rugs, plexiglass, small coffee table, must be real wood, paint markers, spray paints, any and all colors / half used or full and taking up space, any miscellaneous screws. Thank you in advance, and thank you for reading. Ah yes, must be real wood, none of this fake stuff for me. And did I mention it has to be free? This next one offered discounted tutoring, but the parent asks for 20 hours a week for free. I'm a college student who tutors high schoolers in math. I posted a summer deal, $10 an hour. A parent emailed me asking if I'd do 4 hours a day, 5 days a week for free because her son is really behind. Ah yes, so far behind you need to give away your services for free, just like that. Work for no pay. When I said no because I wouldn't be getting any reward for that, she told me helping a child succeed should be its own reward. Ma'am, that's called school, not private tutoring. And even then, that would be paid for by the taxpayers. That's still not free. And now is it a 4-slice toaster? On random acts of kindness. Hi all, I'm after a air fryer and 4-slice toaster please. Lack of fund, that's why I'm asking. Me too, my friend. I've got a toaster. Is it a 4-slice one? No, it's 2, but if you have a lack of funds, is it not good enough? I can sell you my 4 one if you really need it. This next one simply titled, Good luck with that. In the nosy neighbors of Choosing Beggar City, I'm looking for a vehicle, specifically an SUV, truck, or large van with mileage under 160,000. The vehicle must be able to make trips back and forth out of state, already inspected and free of rust, and requires no repairs. I have been taken advantage of too many times in the past, and I'm tired of losing thousands of dollars each month due to not having a reliable vehicle. So if you're too tired of being taken advantage of, why not take advantage of other people's generosity yourself? I can only afford to spend $1,200 by the beginning of March 2025. I will be turning off comments as I do not want to deal with rude or negative remarks. If you have any assistance to offer, please send me a private message. Thank you! Hey, at least they're not as bad as the people who demand a brand new vehicle for free. At least they're willing to pay something. Though I wonder why you feel the need to turn off the comments. By the way, this person not only wants a truck for less than $1,200, they also want to pay $500 a month for rent. Wouldn't that be nice? And now pay $35 a day for the pleasure of cat-sitting 3 cats. Hi all, we're looking for a house sitter and cat sitter for our 3 resident cats while we'll be away July 13th to 26th. Our home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a nice small garden, a half-mile walk to the university, and a half-mile walk to this park. We would like to ask for $35 a day to cover utility, read AC, costs. Cat-loving university affiliate preferred. Please text and WhatsApp here if interested. $35 a day for AC? What, do you need a nuclear power plant to run the AC? God damn! And staying on the topic of pet sitting, insane schedule needed. Responsibilities, dog care, daily routine. First walk, they get walked immediately when they wake up around 4:30 a.m. So you better be an early riser. Breakfast bacon around 7 a.m. They each get a small piece of bacon. Feeding times 8 to 8:30 a.m. 1 cup each, 2 p.m. 1 cup each, and 6 p.m. 1 cup each, and walk schedule, they go out roughly every 4 hours. At 4:30 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., 4:30 p.m., and right before bedtime. Good lord, how many walks do these dogs need? Nighttime barking, Wolfie. Sometimes Wolfie wakes up between 1 and 4 a.m. and barks. We're not exactly sure if it's because he needs to go to the bathroom or just wants to get up. So not only do you have to be an early riser, you have to barely sleep because you're getting woken up in the middle of the night too. Main objective, make sure he is fully empty before bed. That way, if he barks in the night, it's more likely just him wanting to get up, not needing a bathroom break. We are working on helping him realize that bedtime lasts until wake up at 4:30 a.m. And now we see why they call him Wolfie. Important. If he barks, monitor it, but avoid rushing to take him out unless you really believe he needs it. We don't want to create a habit where he thinks barking means playtime or early wake up. Kennel routine, bedtime. Before they go into their kennels, put treats and a little peanut butter in their Kongs. Give each of them a dental chew. They also get a vitamin chewable each night. Sometimes they will not eat the chicken one. If that happens, put it in the Kong with peanut butter. They usually eat the lamb one without any problem. Snacks. They don't get a lot of snacks during the day, usually 1 or 2 small treats if they've been good. Bully sticks. They can have one once or twice a week. They're in the pantry. If snacks are running low, let me know and you can pick some up. Walking notes. It's better to use their harnesses instead of hooking to their collars. They behave better with the harnesses. Walking separately works better for bathroom breaks, but walking them together is okay if you prefer. Big priority. Make sure they fully empty each time they go out. They've been very good about not going to the bathroom inside, and we want to keep it that way. Their structure and routine are super important for this. And then they go on to the bird, which unfortunately they cut off, but I think we get it. This is a wild routine for dogs. Like, what in the world? By the way, this is from Trusted House Sitters, which is supposed to be a site where people get free house/pet sits from people who want free accommodation while they're traveling. Not much time for sightseeing if you're waking at 4 a.m. and walking the dog every 4 hours. Like, this person cannot expect a pet sitter to follow this entire list for free. This sounds like a full-time job. I can't get right comments. Is that a dog or a critical care patient? And the reply, worked in the ICU. I had less orders. That is insane. And now hold the pickles, apparently. My wife and I had been working out in the yard a few years back and it got later in the afternoon. I told her I'd run to the corner store/deli and pick us up some Cuban sandwiches. For anyone unfamiliar, it's a sandwich on specifically Cuban-style bread with ham, salami, pork, mustard, Swiss cheese, and pickles. I get there and grab 2, pay, and walk out to my car when I'm approached by this homeless guy. He asked for money to buy some food because he was very hungry. I don't carry cash, so I told him that, but I told him I'd be more than happy to give him one of my sandwiches. Does it have pickles, says the choosing beggar? Yes, it does. It's a Cuban sandwich. I hate pickles. Okay, well sorry, but that's all I have. He then proceeded to tell me I needed to drive him to the nearest Burger King and buy him food from there. I told him no. He can have the Cuban sandwich and pick the pickles off, but that's all I have. And I'm not driving him anywhere. He told me to go F myself. Wow. And this next choosing beggar wants her free cookies delivered. Of course, throwing in that free delivery. Before we dive into the messages, let's look at the context. Hello Reddit, my friend told me I should post this here. This year, my husband and I started a small farm and bakery business. Nothing too serious, just cottage baking and market gardening. I thought it would be a fun idea to have a free dozen cookies giveaway as a way to bring more people to our page and hopefully stir up business. Well, this was our winner. Yellow is me and pink is her. This makes me never want to bake for free again. It hurts extra because baking has been an outlet for my anxiety and agoraphobia. Seeing people enjoy my cooking brings me so much joy, and the thought of it being able to contribute to our one-income house made it ever better. But this lady's attitude makes me want to quit altogether. It feels rained now. And now let's look at the interactions between the OP and the winner. You're our winner, congratulations! What do I have to do to claim my prize? Well, you can choose between a dozen snickerdoodles, chocolate chip cookies, or peanut butter cookies, or 6 cinnamon rolls, pick up and door. I have no car to drive there, can you ship them to me? Well, for shipping, I would have to ask for you to pay for the shipping and handling costs, unfortunately, as we are a small business on a fixed income. Choosing Beggar replies, if you can ship them here, I will take 1 dozen chocolate chip cookies. They also say, so am I on a fixed income, then why have a drawing if you expect people to win? Well, they expect people to win, but they don't expect to have to pay extra to give out a free prize. We go into the DMs where the Choosing Beggar gives her address, still expecting those free cookies with that free delivery. I will speak with my husband about when he can deliver them when he gets home from the fire station. What days and times work best for you? Oh, please don't deliver them. Any day, any time after 9 a.m., message me before he comes. Okay, I will be back in contact with you tomorrow about timing. Any allergies to products? Nothing with nuts. Okay, do you have a severe allergy to the point where you can't have products that are made in a factory with nuts? I can have peanuts, but no Brazil nuts. Okay, good to know. Thank you for making your customers happy. Customers, did you buy anything? I don't think winning free cookies makes you a customer, but okay. And Vanilla Latte Junkie says she's an ass. She doesn't even say thank you or express any gratitude or happiness for winning. Don't get discouraged though, maybe clearly say next time that the goods can be collected, only no shipping. Good luck with your business, all the best. Yeah, unfortunately with the number of choosing beggars out there, you need to make stuff like this extra clear. OP replies, thank you, that's what my husband said as well. If I choose to do a giveaway again, I will really spell it out, haha. This next one needs to see the doctor now! So, I volunteer at a free health clinic that is primarily catered towards underserved populations that don't have health care. I'll let you know right now you're doing a very good thing for those communities. Don't let the choosing beggars discourage you from volunteering. Now I want to clarify something. Notice how I said clinic. This is not an ER or even an urgent care. It's for completely non-emergent situations, and it's completely 100% voluntary work with limited funding from the county and private donors. This one patient comes in, I walk them to the room and start with a standard list of questions that I'm supposed to relay to the doctor. Patient gives me hella sus looks, so I politely follow up by pointing out that they can choose not to answer. They in the most "God, I can't believe you're making me do this" tone begrudgingly answer when I literally said you don't need to, but fine, whatever. Afterwards, I bring out the vital sign machine and ask to take the patient's blood pressure, and they went friggin' ballistic. They demanded to see my medical degree and said that some random ass kid ain't no doctor. I apologize and clarify that I am in fact not a doctor and I'm just a volunteer, and that was only pouring oil onto the fire cause she started berating me about how the care here is so subhuman that we can't even be bothered to have doctors. Mind you, the physician who was also doing this completely for free, FYI, was just waiting to receive an initial report from me to see the patient as is common practice in any clinical setting. Like, doctors don't usually take vitals, and it's definitely not a doctor-exclusive thing, LMAO. Some people can be downright ridiculous. So, I'd like to thank all of my members, especially Amethyst Phoenix, Catalan Cormendi, and Mike Hawk. Hold up. You can join simply by clicking the join button below. Feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell if you enjoyed it, and feel free to comment if you've got something on your mind.